Welcome back to 5D Mystery School. So I'm sitting here pondering our existence in this reality in comparison to this infinite amount of parallel realities that we supposedly have. And this isn't going to be a long video. I just have a question for you. Now, if we are in a reality that is a seated simulated reality and we have an infinite amount of parallel realities, how do you know which version of you are? Because this can mean that there are an infinite amount of yous who think that they are the real you, but they are only a simulated version of the real you. And when you have deja vu, which reality are you taking a peek at? Also, if we are in a third density, third dimension, this means that other yous who are in other realities, they're not bound by the same constraints of this reality, which means that their reality might move a bit faster, which would explain the time difference if this is a 15-dimensional time matrix where you have other realities who experience their version of your oversoul's destiny before you do, and then you get the relay from that reality, and let's say in a dream or a thought, and then you call that a premonition, or if you get a real-time glimpse, deja vu. Side note, people who you see who are talking to themselves or who are labeled schizophrenic really could be tapped into, like their veil could be lifted and they could experience several different realities at once. This is also for people who have like multiple personality disorder, where you can have one person who has a personality that is allergic to pepper, and then their other personality loves pepper. This can mean in one reality, that version of them is allergic to pepper, and in this reality, they're not. Now, I will say that a lot of us start to notice Mandela effects when CERN started to play with their big toys. So how do we know that we are still the same us that was here experiencing the reality before we noticed Mandela effects, where we shifted into a parallel reality? So what I'm trying to say here is that if we are in a simulation and we know that there is a real simulation, like a base simulation, this would mean that there is a base you, there is a real you, and you are just a 3D projection of the real you. Side note, you ever had those dreams where like you almost die but you don't? That can mean that a parallel version of you, just that's how they met their death. But the question is, how do you know you are the real version of you? Let that marinate.